version of the Wild Rose Moon Radio Hour. We're very excited about that. We've got Shiny Shiny Black here today. And also, Ted Yoder is here. Where's Ted? Oh, there he is, right there. Ted's going to play some amazing dulcimer for us today. So we're excited about that, and we're going to let the applause girl come up here right now and give you a few instructions.
Okay, we're gonna clap really fast, and we're gonna clap really fast, and we're gonna hoop and holler. So let's clap really fast. We're gonna add those yeehaws and hoops and hollers. So I'll get out my rope, my rodeo rope. Okay, let's do it. Woohoo! And one more time all together with the hands and the hoops and hollers. Let's try it. Woohoo! Good job.
Okay, so now I think we're just about ready, ladies and gentlemen, to kick this thing off. John, are you ready?
I'm gonna tune this thing again, but I'm about done with that.
That's okay.
Just got one more string I'm gonna do. There's
Is
a lot.
something? What?
There's a lot of air blowing around. I wonder if we want all that out of the air.
Oh, can we?
Butter
Where?
sound.
I haven't been able to find the clicker, but I can shut the thing off. So I've been looking for the clicker all week long to control the
That's
light.
fantastic.
Way to put a positive spin on it.
Hey, it just, it's like a treasure hunt. You just get to go and look.
That's
Yeah.
so cool that you've been looking for it.
Yeah, yeah. Might be something I do for the rest of my life.
Okay, I'm ready. Are you ready?
The
I
Planet
think so.
Pirates.
Are we ready? We recording it?
I'm ready.
Okay.
In every life, some rain must fall, and you'll get wet as your sorrow calls. Oh, the sun will rise on a brand new morn. You'll be warm and dry and freshly born.
With support from Gino Bravo and in the memory of our good friend Tom Kabazinskis, and with additional support from Marshall County Community Foundation, the Indiana Arts Commission, Marshall County Tourism, and E. Lee Marshall. From historic downtown Plymouth, Indiana, where the Lincoln Highway and Michigan Road across the banks of the beautiful Yellow River meets the Wild Rose Moon Radio. The show features an innovative band from Goshen, Indiana, influenced by the guitar sounds of Brian Setzer, Luke Doucette, and Tom Petty, and by other indie groups such as Loco and the Black Keys. The group delivers top-billed songs within the Indian folk rock idiom. The band features vocalist and lead guitarist Nate Bahler, who is also the longtime audio producer of the Wild Rose Moon Radio Hour, and his wife, Amber Butler, on bass and vocals. Today, the band also features the talents of Simon Hurst on guitar and keys, and Sarah Hogg on percussion. Please help us welcome the Wild Rose Moon Radio Hour singing, the phenomenal songwriting and performing talent of Shiny Shiny Black. Today from Goshen, who is sharing a song at the break. He's been called the bell fleck of the hammer dulcimer. Give it up for Ted Yoder. And now, recorded live from the Wild Rose Moon Performing Arts Center in historic downtown Plymouth, Indiana, where the Art Deco Reach Theater is soon to enjoy its second lifetime of excitement and inspiration for the benefit of the local and regional community. Here is the radical rascal of all things lunar, or lunatic, your radio hour host, George Schricker!
The river goes round, around the bend. The river goes round, round, round till the very end. And when it stops, woo, it starts again. It won't be long till the river goes round. It won't be long till the river goes round and round and round, my friends. Thank you so much, and welcome to the Wild Rose Moon Radio Hour. thank you for that lovely introduction, Jacob.
Oh, no problem, George.
I appreciate that. And I hear some of your friends are coming back into town.
That's right. Some people from college are finally starting to come back for our summer vacation.
That's exciting. And
One of our very own Katie Smith.
Katie Smith is coming. We're thinking maybe we'll do a play with her, one of her original plays, and I thought maybe you'd try out for that.
I definitely will.
Yeah, I think she'll have some tryouts. That's great. And of course we have a special, as spring has arrived, and of course we have a special little moment with our resident soothsayer, don't we?
Yes, that's correct, Maestro. We have words of wisdom from our resident poet and philosopher, Rosie. Rosie sits atop my announcing booth here at the Moon, ringed with wild roses around her head, multicolored dreadlocks down her back, in a silken dress with pea green petals, and wearing a curled wool yoke. Rosie sits pensive and always ready to dispense thoughts that are, in the words of Carl the skateboarder, both rad and gnarly. Her ideas spring from her hands, both of which are verdant green leaves, and which quite mysteriously always hold a note, sharing her thoughts or the thoughts of others. Mr. Bahler, take it away.
We have a note from Rosie. This note was wrote by Rosie. It's a wonder of a note, fresh off a ferry boat. If we voted on a quote, this note we'd vote the goat. We have a note from Rosie. This note was wrote by Rosie. Rosie. Oh, thank you. I like this band.
Yeah, and
This band cheers for me. They're great.
I know. We got to have more. We'll have to give them instructions in the future. Anyway, we do have a note right here. Is that right, Jacob?
Yes, it is.
And what does the note say?
Well, first, Rosie wants us to sing happy birthday to our applause specialist, Michelle Schricker.
Oh, so why don't we do that? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Michelle. Happy birthday to you.
And now, here's an Earth Day quote from the Swedish environmental activist, Greta Thunberg,
Oh, right back there.
who has made a name for herself by standing up for the future of life on the planet. When I'm taking action, I don't feel like I'm hopeless, and that things are hopeless, because then I feel like I am doing everything I can, and that gives me very much hope, especially to see all the other people all around the world who are taking action and who are fighting for their present and for their children's future.
All right. Good advice. Lovely. Take action. Take action. And that was a note from Rosie.
Rosie.
And Mr. Bahler, how are you today?
Hey, I'm great.
Yeah, are you coming to the end of school? When is school? When does the school end for you?
Well, school is it's in the fall and it's in the spring, but it's not in the summer.
Yeah, but is it coming to an end?
Oh, well, you said when is school?
No, I'm sorry.
That seemed like a very broad, general kind of question to me. Yeah, I got about another month.
Another month.
And
okay.
yeah, then I can start breathing and sleeping and all those things that people do.
It all gets much easier then.
It does,
Right.
yeah.
And the songs will come pouring out of you.
I hope so. I don't get to do a whole lot of that right now.
Right.
It's nice when you give me a job and say, John, I got a song you need to write.
Yeah. Well,
That's good.
Well, I'll just keep giving you
Okay.
that
Okay,
job. Is
good.
that okay?
Yeah.
Well, I better get over here.
Yeah, I'm
to-
always hungry for it, yeah.
I know you're always hungry, too. Anyway, hey, we've got Shiny Shiny Black with us, and Nate Butler and Amber Butler. And you guys brought this together years ago. And how did you get started, Nate? Did you, when you were very little, did you have a big black Gretsch guitar in your cradle?
I did not.
Oh, you didn't. Did it take a little while, or did you come right out? Did you have a little box guitar or a ukulele, or?
No, in fact, I didn't even try to play guitar in any serious way until I was in my early 30s.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Well, that's kind of sad.
Yeah. Well, is it? I'm not sad. I'm glad. I've gotten to live like a double life. I started out as a drummer, actually.
As a drummer? Oh,
Yeah.
I see. That was your instrument of choice.
Yeah.
Pots and pans first, or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then let's see here. When I was about 7, one of my dad's friends bought a used drum set from a garage sale, and it included a hard hat, because
Wow.
there wasn't all the pieces there, so
Yeah.
so some of us would put the hard hat on and stand close to the drums, and then they'd
Wow.
give you a good whacking. So
Whack on the head, right.
which might explain a few things.
Yeah. Now, Amber, did you have a similar beginning? Did you have a guitar or a?
Well, I picked up my dad's guitar more as a teenager, so I started out more as a singer. I grew up singing a lot. Singing in children's choirs, and singing at school, singing at home, singing at church.
Yeah.
And later I started playing guitar just to play along with my singing.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
And when did you and Nate decide to form this band?
Nate actually started this band without me.
Without you?
Yeah, so he had 2 other players at the beginning, and I was doing other things, and I was helping kind of in the background, and then eventually I was like, I guess I do want to get back into doing this again.
And
I joined later on.
When did you two first cross paths, and when did you meet each other? Did you have a?
Oh boy. Well, we met when I was in high school, and Nate was out of high school, and
Scandalous.
we hit it off. We got married a few years later, and kind of went on from there. So
That's
music's always been around for us.
Great. So, that's good. We'll talk about your new project in a little bit, but first I'd like to hear a song from Shiny Shiny Black. Would that be possible?
We would love that very much.
Okay. If you want to introduce it, go right ahead.
Sorry for the noise. Well, this song is up on our YouTube channel, and it's called Another Way Up the Mountain, and it's a song we wrote kind of as we were on our artistic journey. Sometimes rubbing 2 nickels together doing this is very difficult to do, and sometimes you can lay the best plans and they still don't work out, and so this song is kind of a little bit of a self-affirmation that, like, we're going to go ahead and keep doing this. We're just going to find another way to get it done. So. Everybody ready? I think I'm ready too. Oh, that's quite the noise. All right, here we go. Could not reach the other side. For 1,000 days we swung our picks in the northern face. Now our hands and hearts are broken, but we cannot look away. We'll find another way up the mountain. We'll find another way. We'll find another way. find another way. We swore an oath to the motherland and drew lines in the sand. We are soldiers for the cause. Our return must be victorious. Eyes on the goal and to the plow. We pray for strength and grace to fight another day. We'll find another way up the mountain. We'll find another way. We'll find another way up the mountain. We'll find another way.
Very nice. Well, tell me, you got some help up here on stage. Who you got with you here now?
Well, immediately to my left, for the benefit of the radio audience,
Okay.
your right, is Simon Hurst, who joined in recently. He, I guess, agreed to sign on to help us out this season, and he's bringing so much to the table, I can't even tell you. And we feel incredibly lucky to have him with us. He has so far accumulated the accolades of a piano performance degree from Goshen College. So
all right.
he plays Bach for breakfast, which is really weird, but
That's great.
he's incredible. And then over on my right, your left, is Sarah Hogg,
Yeah,
who
Sarah.
is actually the marimba player from the Ted Yoder Band.
Right, Ted Yoder
And
Band.
they have graciously loaned her to us to play things that aren't melodic. So she's doing great, and we're very grateful for her jumping in.
That's great. And Nate, you run a studio there in a recording studio in Goshen, don't you?
Yeah, it's under a little coffee shop in our town called the Electric Brew.
Yeah, you have to take kind of this labyrinthian sort of route through that coffee shop, and then you go through, and there's a gate of some kind of right in front of
Yeah,
the
it's a children's
steps
gate to
going
keep
down.
the children out.
Keep the children out, right? You go down, and then you hope for a time when the coffee roasters aren't going, and
Right.
grinding.
All of these
or
things
whatever.
are true.
Right, and you've decorated lovely with the whole ceiling is covered with vinyl records, right?
Yeah.
Vinyl records, which is the most amazing thing. And you explained to me that deflects or breaks up sound, right?
This almost feels like a moment with Nate. Yeah, it
It
actually, it actually diffuses the sound and makes the room sound better. So.
Right. And you have all kinds of specialized equipment in there. And I've done a little work with you in there because we put together the best of show every year, and I get to actually go in your studio and work with you, and it's quite a pleasure and an honor. So you've done all kinds of albums. Who are the kind of people you've recorded? Some of them I know, I think.
Let's see here. Well, Ted Yoder, obviously. I got to bring him up because he's in the room. But let's see. I recorded in that specific space bands like Devil Makes Three, The Accidentals,
Right?
Zoloft. Quite a few acts. I got to mix some different things for like Lily and Madeline, and different.
And you have
things.
all kinds of processors and various kinds of esoteric equipment that I don't understand, but
there's a lot of blinking lights.
Yeah, a lot of blinking lights, a lot of fun. So what, we mentioned some of your influences. What you have a distinct, you really get a lot out of your guitar and stuff. How long did it take you to kind of get on top of that sound from that Gretsch, or was that like immediate?
Oh no, it was definitely a journey. For me, I think I'd had a couple of music projects before this that kind of were false starts, and there was definitely one sound I kept hearing in my head, but I didn't grow up being cultured in music very much, and so I still didn't have a frame of reference for what that was. And in 2010, I had the opportunity to run sound for a band called White Horse, that the guitar player Luke Doucette, that's his band. And as soon as they started playing, I was like, aha, that's the sound.
That's it.
And he was playing a white Gretsch, White Falcon, and it sounded amazing. And he's such an incredible player, and I just knew I had to have that. So I think about 2 weeks later, I managed to scrape enough money to go buy a Epiphone Wildcat that was a really cool shade of green, like a aqua green.
Is that a little like the Gretsch?
Yeah, and it had this, so there's this metal bar here at the bottom called a Bigsby that allows me to do this and be very expressive with that. And that was something that was a feature of Luke's guitar, and so I bought that Epiphone because it had that, and it kind of looked like this, and I knew I was as close as I could afford to be at that point. So
yeah, the kind of sounds that come from that feel like they come down through the top of your spine and go all the way down and kind of shake your pelvis.
Well, that's how I feel about music in general. So whenever I can have that effect, I'm excited.
So shake our pelvises again and give us another song.
All right, so this song is called Stranger, and it's a new tune. So we'll just jump into it and let it speak for itself. If I can remember how it goes. Right. Tripping on my own moon boots, kicking up the dust to which I will return. Maybe when I join the stars, looking down here from the blue, maybe then I'll understand what gets lost between me and you. I'm a When I hear them, I don't understand. I'm a stranger in my homeland, and from a million miles away, I can't shout loud enough to reach you. Can I be honest? It's hard to be honest. I don't wanna be run over. One misstep, I'm black and blue. Maybe we should slow this thing down. Stop the whirling cacophony. Will you get off this ride with me? Let it be, let it be. I'm a stranger in my own town. There's 1,000 native tongues. When I hear them, I don't understand. I'm a stranger in my homeland, and from a million miles away, I can't shout loud enough to reach you. I don't want to miss this moment. Bury our deepest shame by making more of it. We run from pain to convenience and demonize whoever threatens our carefully crafted masks. So I ask you, do you feel alone? Do you feel alone? I don't want to miss this moment. Bury our deepest shame by making more of it. We run from pain to convenience and demonize whoever threatens our carefully crafted masks. So I ask you, do you feel alone? Do you feel alone? Do you feel alone? I'm a stranger in my own town. There's 1,000 native tongues. When I hear them, I don't understand. I'm a stranger in my own land, and from a million miles away, I can't shout loud enough. I can't be strong enough. I can't work hard enough to reach you.
Shiny, shiny black. Well, coming up next, we have a special treat from Ted Yoder, the Bella Fleck of the hammered dulcimer. He'll be up next.
With support from Judy Rubber and in memory of our dear friend Tom Kabazinskis, and from the generosity of the Marshall County Community Foundation, the Indiana Arts Commission, Gibson Foundation, and E. Lee Marshall, you're listening to the Wild Rose Moon Radio Hour.
Well, welcome back to the Wild Rose Moon Radio Hour. We're here with Ted Yoder. Ted, you've won a lot of awards. You have a great albums. You have people watching you all over the world. It's so nice to have you at last at the Wild Rose Moon. I hope you're feeling nestled in.
Nestled in. As much as I can be on a blustery day like today.
Yeah. And you have an interesting biography. Your family, you go back to online, I read your family had a bad car accident. Is that right?
Yeah, that was a long time ago, but it kind of set us on the path to where we are now. We were living out in the suburbs of Chicago at the time, and coming back around Easter time for to see family and stuff like that, and just hit one of those freaky winter storms that we get around here in Indiana right around Easter typically.
Right.
Just over in between Michigan City and South Bend. And growing up in this area, once you hit a patch of ice and you're not going to pull out of it, and that just happened to us. And we had 5 children at the time. My older brother, who's autistic, was with us. So we had a minivan full of people, and my first thought was, oh my, who's not going to make it? Because I knew we were going to hit and flip and all that.
Right.
And pretty much all that happened. And when we flipped, I heard the windows blow out, and then I felt the roof hit my head. And right before I blacked out, I thought, oh, it's me.
Right.
And after I woke up an hour later or so, I just had some serious introspection going on during the recovery period. And
Right.
Just that just kind of set me on the path to finally putting fear aside and learning how to play the hammer dulcimer and stepping out and playing for others.
Wow. Well, that's quite a story, and you have a beautiful hammer dulcimer here.
I like to think so.
Did
thank
someone make that for you?
Yes. This is made by Masterworks out in Bennington, Oklahoma. And Russell Cook is a dear friend of mine. My children call him Papa Cook. And he crafted this beautiful 5-octave dulcimer for me. And it was the first model that came out of prototype. And even though he's made changes since, but I have played other dulcifortes, and they still don't sound like this little gem here.
Right. And I presume these, and I've never seen these, but these little bars are like dampers? Or
Yes.
They kind of like control sustain?
Yes, sir. That's exactly it.
Wow. Okay. Well, tell us about the song you like to play and how it came into existence.
Well, actually, speaking of in-laws and Indiana here. Oh, yeah, go ahead. What?
I don't want to lose the fact that if you've got some albums, quite a few albums. I want to. Where would they get a hold of those before we go into?
Oh, you can get them online at tedyoder.com, or you can go to Amazon, pick it up there. Make sure and leave a review on Amazon, because that really helps. Anyway,
Yeah.
So you can get them anywhere. They're also all over streaming, iTunes, Spotify, that kind of thing too.
Okay, let's go back to the song.
All right, back to the song. So my in-laws actually just live north of here a little bit in Etna Green, and we, I guess that's kind of north, right? Ish. Anyway. Oh, okay, that doesn't help.
Yeah.
Just makes me sound like. Oh, okay. Well, okay. They live in between Napanee and Etna Green. How's that?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So anyway, we I had my dulcimer in their library, and they have this nice big picture window facing west. And at the time that I wrote this song, there was a thunderstorm coming in, and so you just saw this massive, thunderhead rolling in, and before the rain, you saw the lightning, and before you heard the thunder and all that. And so I got halfway through tuning my dulcimer, and I decided I need to start playing with the thunderstorm.
Right.
And so, not that I'm totally out of tune now, but maybe that's just an excuse that I'm going to put out there. But anyway, so this is just my love of Indiana and watching thunderstorms rolling in. This is just called Storm.
Well, great. Give it to us, and thank you so much for joining us today.
Pleasure.
Ted Yoder, the amazing Ted Yoder.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, from our hometown to yours, the Wild Rose Moon Radio Hour presents our very own audience participation quiz show, Shoot the Moon!
It don't matter to me how smart you are. Maybe you're a big buffoon. You don't need to be quick on the draw. All you gotta do is shoot the moon. Shoot the moon. Shoot the moon.
And now, here's the host of Shoot the Moon, the original colonist of little-used words, and an often chuffy, twistical, and gut-founded fellow of verbal jollification, Matt Scutchfield.
Well, thank you, Jacob, for that jellified introduction.
No problem.
While I call up today's contestants, would you mind reading the rules of this woefully contrived yet mentally challenging extravaganza?
Dig the deed, Scutch. Prior to the show, audience members indicate their willingness to participate in Shoot the Moon by supplying an answer to this inane survey question. Are you now, or have you ever, been a student of behavioral psychology?
Never.
And with that question answered in a demonstrably random manner with any number of attendant variables distinguishing the method a person might freely choose, or so they may deceptively think, in any manner possible, and as a result, be needlessly subjected to this further interrogation. Are you ready, willing, and able to gently access your remarkable yet environmentally predetermined being in an often silly, self-deprecating manner in the futile attempt to answer a series of capricious and often ill-conceived questions?
Yes, we are. I'm answering for Jerry also.
And from a collection of audience members who have learned to push a button to ask for cheese and cookies while simultaneously answering in the affirmative, meaning in this very instance with the word yes,
Yes.
or nothing like that, exactly 2 contestants are selected to play Shoot the Moon. So now, let's play Shoot the Moon!
All right, well, thank you, Jacob. Here in contestant 1 spot, we have Cindy Davis, wonderful board member of the Moon. And then here in contestant 2, we have Jerry Mitchell. And you have actually been on the show before. Do you think this will give you an advantage? Or what do you think?
I doubt it.
All right, well, we have 4 categories clipped to our board here. Employees only board, and these categories are Dante's Internal Inferno, Maple City Stars, Euphonium Dreams, and lastly, I'm Trying to Break Your Heart. There's also a bonus should we need a tiebreaker. So we're starting with Cindy. Which position do we go to first?
I'm trying to break your heart.
All right. So this is actually a really, this is quite an interesting question because I didn't write it, but it's like there's some unique moments here because Nate posted on his Facebook something along the lines of who should Shiny Shiny Black open for, right? And I commented Wilco just spontaneously and leave it to George to write a question about Wilco. And we didn't plan this either. Wilco is an American alternative rock band based in Chicago, and another influence of this band, Shiny Shiny Black. The band was formed in 1994 by the remaining members of the alternative country group Uncle Tupelo following singer Jay Farrar's departure. Since early 2004, the lineup of the band has remained unchanged, consisting of Jeff Tweedy, John Stirratt, guitarist Nils Klein, multi-instrumentalist Pat Sanzone, keyboard player Mikkel Jorgensen, and drummer Glenn Coach. Wilco has released 11 studio albums, a live double album, and 4 collaborations. Jeff Tweedy, often the most outspoken member, is famous for his philosophical musings. Which one of these pithy sayings is not one of his own? A, you have to learn how to die if you want to be alive. B, I think that maybe the highest purpose of any work of art is to inspire someone else to save themselves through art. Creating creates creators. C, love is like a toasted cheese sandwich. It's best when it's warm and gushy inside and slightly burnt on the out. Or D, that's one of the problems with humans, that we can be talked out of loving something, that we can be talked out of loving something that we do, and that we can be talked out of loving ourselves.
A.
A, you have to learn how to die if you want to be alive. Unfortunately, that's incorrect. The answer is C, love is like a toasted cheese sandwich.
I'm sure he said that.
So we'll take this one down. Now, Jerry, what category do we go to next?
I'll try Maple City Stars.
Okay. Let's see.
Hey, Matt, are we allowed to help them cheat?
Yeah, if you give a subtle clue.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll be very subtle about it.
This one is about Goshen, or as it fondly calls itself, Maple City, which is located 10 miles southeast of Elkhart, 25 miles southeast of South Bend, 120 miles east of Chicago, and 150 miles north of Indianapolis. The city is known as an extremely prominent recreational vehicle and accessories manufacturing center, the home of Goshen College, a small Mennonite liberal arts college, and the Elkhart County 4-H Fair, one of the largest county fairs in the United States. Besides Nate and Amber Butler, Simon Hurst, Sarah Hodge, and Ted Yoder, Goshen is also home to a number of other notable personalities. For example, which of these famous persons from the town was a member of the famous Fire Sign Theater, the American surreal comedy troupe that first appeared on November 17, 1966 in a live performance on the Los Angeles radio program Radio Free Oz? Was it A, James Carew, film actor, B, Howard Hawks, film director, C, Philip Proctor, actor, or D, Jordan Hodges, actor?
I'm waiting for that subtle hit.
Well, there's a building in Goshen called the Hawks Building. Is that subtle enough?
Oh, it must be D then.
According to this is C, Philip Proctor, actor.
Thanks a lot, Nate.
I was wrong. I was wrong.
Jacob, we're halfway through. How's the score so far?
So far, we have Cindy with 0 points and Jerry with also 0 points.
All right, well, we're back to Cindy. So what do we go to next?
Dante's Internal Inferno.
All right. Well, this is a long one.
I thought they were all long.
This one's longer. All right, Dante Alighieri, born in 1265, was an Italian poet, prose writer, literary theorist, moral philosopher, and political thinker. Dante's Divine Comedy, a landmark in Italian literature and among the greatest works of all medieval European literature, is a profound Christian vision of humankind's temporal and eternal destiny. On its most personal level, it draws on Dante's own experience of exile from his native city of Florence. On its most comprehensive level, it may be read as an allegory taking the form of a journey through hell, purgatory, and paradise. The poem amazes by its array of learning, its penetrating and comprehensive analysis of contemporary problems, and its inventiveness of language and imagery. However, none of this has anything to do with the question I'm about to ask. Which is, okay, I see where this is going now. Nate Butler is known for waxing fondly about an expansion card named after Dante, the Dante card, this being essentially a piece of computer hardware that is used in conjunction with our Behringer audio mixes here at the Wild Rose Moon. This card has numerous technical features that make it a boon to our work here at the Moon, both for audio recording and our video web production. Which of the following features is not a feature of this remarkable piece of computerized hardware? Is it A, an integrated Ethernet switch that gives the operator full remote control of your audio board? B, an auxiliary input that lets you easily set up seamless redundant network? C, a card that provides a 24-bit signal transmission with low latency and sample accurate synchronization? Or is it D, an excellent source of vitamin E?
You did didn't tell me, Nate. Oh, it must be D.
It's one of those.
Hey, that's correct.
I'm trying to help, but you know, take my advice at your own risk.
So, Jerry, you have one last one. You could make this a tiebreaker here, or you could tie it,
Okay.
actually. So this one, Euphonium Dreams. Brian Robert Setzer, an influence of Nate Butler's, is an American guitarist, singer, and songwriter born in New York. And Brian started on the euphonium and played in jazz bands when he was in high school. He found a way to hear jazz at the Village Vanguard, though as he got older, he became more interested in rock, punk, and rockabilly. He found widespread success in the early 1980s with the 1950s-style rockabilly group Stray Cats, which revitalized his career in the early 90s with his swing revival band, the Brian Setzer Orchestra. In 1987, he made a cameo appearance as Eddie Cochran in the film La Bamba. Which of the following is not a Brian Setzer album? Is it A, Live Nude Guitars on EMI Records in 1988, B, Nitro Burnin' Funny Daddy, Surf Dog Records 2003, C, Dig That Crazy Christmas, Surf Dog Records 2005, or Leaf Burning Smokes Me, Endrun Records 2009?
I'm going to go with C.
C. Let's check in. What do you think, Nate?
I'm going to expose my ignorance and say that I think it's D.
Unfortunately, Jerry, it is D, Leaf Burning Smokes Me. So, Jacob, what does that bring us to now?
Well, Matt, we have Cindy with 1 point and Jerry with 0 points.
So now, Jerry, there is, if you want, do you want to try the bonus question to tie it with Cindy?
I'll give it a go.
Okay, so this is called Bozo Business. As mentioned earlier, the Firesign Theater was an American surreal comedy troupe whose material was conceived, written, and performed by its members, Peter Bergman, Philip Proctor, Phil Austin, and David Ossman. In '97, Entertainment Weekly ranked the Fireside Theater among the 30 greatest comedy acts of all time. Their 1970 album, Don't Crush That Dwarf, Hand Me the Pliers, was nominated in 1971 for the Hugo Award for Best Dramatic Presentation by the World Science Fiction Society, and their next album, I Think We're All Bozos on This Bus, received the same nomination in 1972. How did the group derive its catchy name? And instead of 4 choices, we only have 3 this time. A, each of the members had been a member of the Boy Scouts of America, attained Eagle rank, and learned their well-known fire sign attributed to this rank. B, each of the members' birthdays corresponded with signs of the zodiac, which are considered fire signs, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Or C, originally they called themselves the Fire Sale Theater and thought the name Firesign Theater sounded more pop.
I'm going to go with B.
Hey, you're right.
That was just a guess.
So, Jacob, what happens here when we have a tie on
As a matter of fact, win or lose, everyone gets lucky on Shoot the Moon. Both Cindy and Jerry have won a sticker, a big Wild Rose Moon sticker suitable for applying to one's hot air balloon, electric scooter, pruning shears, or grandmother's quilt. Congratulations, Sydney and Jerry. Everybody wins when we play Shoot the Moon.
Right after the break, we will feature more songs and conversation with Nate and Amber Butler and their band Shiny Shiny Black.
With support from Judith Robert, and in memory of our dear friend Tom Kabazinskis, Ely Marshall, and from the generosity of the Marshall County Community Foundation, the Indiana Arts Commission, and Marshall County Tourism, you're listening to the Wild Rose Moon Radio Hour.
Well, welcome back to the Wild Rose Moon Radio Hour. We're here with Shiny, Shiny Black, and all the way from Goshen, Indiana. And it's quite a meandering trip over here, isn't it, from your house? I've taken that trip, and you could go over some country roads.
It's a veritable voyage.
Yes, that's right. Now, you've done lots of things in your life, not just recording. You've done various kinds of things, right?
It's true.
And
I eat breakfast.
And you have a new project that coordinates some of your
those kinds of things.
Yes, you have a new project that kind of brings together some of your past expertise, doesn't it not?
Yeah.
Does it not?
So, well, I don't know if Amber and I purchased an Italianate house built in the late 1800s about a year ago, and
had to get the spaghetti stains out.
Yeah, by throwing the carpet in the dumpster.
Yeah.
So So we're undertaking that. That's actually that project is probably going to take us several years to complete.
Wow.
So.
I understand about that. I understand all about that.
Yeah,
the Wild Rose Moon building here took 40 years.
Well, I hope it doesn't take that long.
Me too. Me too. So has the house worked into your? Have you had any rehearsals in your house yet?
Yeah, we actually rehearse there every Tuesday morning at this point. So that's been going on for a while, and yeah.
And you have a special heat there. I saw your heating system. It's under the floor or something. Right?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Tubes and all kinds of stuff.
It looks a lot like my studio.
Yeah.
There's wires everywhere.
That's great. Well, shake loose another song for us, will you, and introduce it.
All right. So, Amber, you want to introduce this one?
Sure. This is a song Nate and I wrote together, but I kind of took over the lyrics and said, I'm just going to do this one. So this is really about Nate and I, kind of just the journey we've been on. I guess we have a lot of journey songs. That's one of our themes. Roads, journeys, traveling, kind of shows up a lot. But anyway, I'll be singing this one for you guys, and I hope you enjoy. That load you carry, would you let it be? Unpack your bags, come sit beside me. Right next to dreams lost, sorrows far. Your smile still breaks through. We've been on this road for a long time, but there's still work left to do. Oh, and I'd like you here with me for another day. With you I catch a glimpse of another way. The night is dark and I cannot find my heart, that still small space. But when the stars come out, I feel wild, strange, and brave. Tell me the story hidden below. I didn't know, no, I didn't know where this would end up, how we'd have to be, and in the end, how we break finally. And I'd like you here with me for another day. catch a glimpse of another way. The night is dark and I cannot find my heart, that still small space. When the stars come out, I feel wild, strange, and brave. When that night you here with me for another day, you I catch a glimpse of another way. The night is dark and I cannot find my heart, there's still small space. When the stars come out, I feel wild, strange, and brave. Wild, strange, and brave. Wild, strange, and brave.
That's just lovely. You write very interesting songs, my friend. They're very nice. And that's a great song.
Thank you.
Yeah. So when you were growing up, didn't you tell me your family had a band or something, or your dad was in a band? Or am I wrong about this?
I don't think so. He did own a precision bass, a Fender precision bass in San Francisco for about 6 months.
Yeah. In San Francisco.
Yeah, and then one of his friends borrowed it, and the case came back.
Oh.
And that was the end of my dad's bass playing career.
Okay. But there was that attempt. There was that wish, desire.
There was.
Yeah. So you kind of picked up on that.
Yeah.
And you're like the generation that goes forward.
Yeah. My dad was a huge music fan. He was really into bands like Yes and Creedence Clearwater Revival and the Beatles, and he was not a Rolling Stones guy. So anybody who's concerned about that, that was the political persuasion that he had. He was a Beatles guy. So
Right. And when you first started listening, what were you most attracted to? You know.
Oh, well.
When you were just very, very small.
Well, see, there's this whole other part of the story where my parents joined a religious cult.
Oh,
and,
okay.
They had a full band. There was usually somewhere between 6 and 10 people playing and
in the band
at this church, and so that was my first recollections, and I was madly in love with the drums.
With the drums.
Yeah.
Right from the beginning.
Right from the get-go, they just made me shake. You know.
Yeah.
And I had to keep on shaking. So.
Yeah.
And then I wanted to make other people shake, and so I decided I was going to do that.
Yeah, I'm right about that pelvic thing.
Yeah, I think you're not wrong.
I'm right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's get
shake,
those.
Shake.
Yeah. That's
I don't
why
wanna get
rock
a
and roll
copy.
was considered so dangerous, right?
Right.
Well, give us some more danger.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. This is a new one. light. All that I can ever know is to watch the seeds you plant and grow. Pray that everything will be alright. Really hope one day I can see the light. See the light. Row, row, row your boat. Life is just a dream. Is this some cruel joke to believe in things unseen? Have I wasted my whole life chasing childish things? Really hope one day I can see the light. See the light. Raise up my voice, lift up melody. God only knows what my heart believes. I still believe in love. Pray for my enemies and pray to God one day I can see His light. See the light. See the light. See the light.
Shiny, shiny black. Woo! That's just great stuff. Great stuff. I'm dancing inside. You know, that's pretty good for a 70-year-old.
You're dancing on the outside,
Yeah,
George.
I'm shaking. Well, thank you so much, Amber and Nate, for coming, and Simon and Sarah. Thank you for gracing our stage. I hope you'll consider coming back.
We'd love to.
And also, thank you for inaugurating a little bit of rock onto our Wild Rose Moon Radio Hour stage.
Thank you for letting us. We
Yes,
appreciate it.
that's great. All right.
With support from Judith Robert and in the memory of our good friend Tom Kapazinskis, and with additional support from Marshall County Community Foundation, Gibson Insurance, Gibson Foundation, and E. Lee Marshall, you've been listening to the Wild Rose Moon Radio Hour.
Thank you to our announcer, Jacob Marino, our game show host and producer, Matt Scutchfield. our stage manager, Howard Gibbs, our audio engineer, Kimberly Glick, photographer, Matthew Bergmoser, video producer, Jim Yoakum, our camera operator, Heather Gould, hospitality coordinator, Jennifer Reed, Pam Gunterman, and Matt Scutchfield, moonlight maker, Gene Pazdurkin. Special thanks to our applause specialist, Michelle Schricker, for her organizing acumen and undying support of the moon, its mission, and me.
George,
do your fingers await the sensual pleasures of pulsing up and down upon that slender ebony neck of your lovingly crafted Larrivee.
my fingers are ready and waiting, and my pelvis is already shaking. So when you think you've lost at life, oh, pain and heartache, fill your soul with strife. Just remember, as you're tumbling down, it won't be long till the river goes round. The river goes round, round the bend. The river goes round, round, round to the very end. And when it stops, it starts again. It won't be long till the river goes round. Let's have some of those drums. Come on. Yeah. Here we go, everybody. Oh, the river goes round, round the bend. The river goes round, round, round to the very end. And when it stops, you bet, it starts again. It won't be long till the river goes round. It won't be long till the river goes round, round and round, my boy.
Everything recorded? No error messages? None that you can see? Perfect. All right.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you for helping us. That was great. And still have the tag.
Yes.
Right.
I know how to record those.
Thank you so much, Sarah. I really appreciate it. That was just great.